All right. Hello, my name is Amish. This is the second installment of the M Plus VOD review series for season 3. This time we'll be taking a look at a 20 Black Rook hold on Disc Priest. So, in terms of talents, this is basically this is the same talent build that I was running earlier in the night. I did a 20 Taldazar with this build, and I wanted to sort of improve upon this kit and what I was doing with this kit. In the previous key, the Taldazar, I did about 33 DPS overall, or 33k DPS overall, which is pretty low in my opinion. I think there was a lot of room for improvement, especially around the uptime of Purge the Wicked and Holy Nova with Rhapsody stacks that I have talented in here. So those were the two main areas that I wanted to improve upon going into this Black Rook hold. And you'll see there was some more DPS overall, which is great. I think part of it probably had to do with just the way the mobs are. They're much more clumped together. I think are much more of them. I'm not sure, that's just vibes, but anyway. But going into this, really being intentional about keeping Purge the Wicked up on as many enemies as possible, and maximizing Holy Nova with full Rhapsody stacks. So as you can see here from the damage breakdown, cast Purge the Wicked 157 times. Again, that is higher than the Taldazar. Not sure if that's just because of the way the trash is, or if I was pushing it more. And then Holy Nova. So for Holy Nova, I pushed this 46 times. Over the course of the dungeon, which was about 34 minutes, I think if you math it out, 20 seconds per Rhapsody stack, I should have gotten about 99 or 100 casts out of this. So currently this is sitting at about 6%. We could see that much higher. So those are just a couple of minor optimization things I'll be being more mindful of in future keys, trying to get the overall DPS much higher, but for the most part, that's where that landed. And then for healing, 78k overall. Not much to say here. Atonement's going to be your number 1, of course. That's how the class works. Again, Radiance. So yeah, lots of overheal there. So I mentioned this in the Taldazar video as well, but since I'm still sort of trying to get a feel for different damage patterns, I've kind of been playing it really safe, just keeping Atonement on everyone at all times, just in case someone takes a hit and is, chunked really hard and I need to get them up quickly, instead of having to apply an Atonement and then continue doing damage. The Atonement's already on them, and so the damage that I'm doing is getting them up. Again, I wouldn't say that that's necessarily the most ideal gameplay. That's definitely not the most min-max gameplay, but it's what I'm doing for now while I'm getting a sense of damage patterns and where I need to be careful and where, I can be a little more lenient. Plenty of shields this run as well. I was casting Flash Heal a little bit more this run than I have in previous runs. Normally this would be a little bit lower for me. But hey, it's doing some work this season, so might as well get some value out of it. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and clip on over to the key. All right, so I started this video just a little bit late into the key. Already out the gates, we have 1 death, so this pack was a little bit rough. I did put a barrier down, rapturing now, trying to sort of catch back up. Yeah, Hunter went down. Paints up the mage. Yeah, kind of went into this not expecting it to be as tricky as it was. I think we went left this time, and I have only ever gone right. Or maybe the other way around. Maybe we went right and I've only ever gone left. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure if the damage is scarier one side or the other, but I just wasn't really expecting it here, so I was kind of playing catch up. I have run this key a couple more times than others, and so I was expecting this Lady Ravencrest individual to hit kind of hard. I go into this Schism Shadow Covenant. Try and be really mindful about the dispels. I know last video I said I would get rid of the sonar, but I hadn't at this point in the evening, so bear with me for another video of a lot of sonars.
Empower.
Yeah, that just trucks. Yeah, PI targets for this one are the Hunter and the Paladin again. Hunter for single target, Paladin AoE. Not a hard and fast rule, but it's something that I... this is a coordinated guild group, so it's something that we've talked about previously. So it looks like I could have gotten a Holy Nova in at least a couple times in that last fight.
Consume! Devour!
See if I get any in on this one. Goes in Shadow Covenant window.
Leave this meager vessel!
Yeah, just really
I feed on your
keeping
essence.
atonements on the entire party because I'm not sure what exactly is coming. I think that I have run this enough that I know that there isn't any AoE coming until the oh, I don't remember the name of it, but it's after sort of the intermission phase. There's a big burst of damage. But in this one, probably safe too. Yeah, just keep. Yeah, definitely don't need to be radiancing here. Yeah, really keeping the group. Don't need to do that.
Empower.
Although I wonder if I'm doing that for the empowered
Empower.
for the empowered penance. That's probably what I was thinking about. I don't know if that makes that much of a difference though. I know that that's in like the standard build that you're supposed to take, but I just don't know if it's, I mean, like having a hard cast and like it's just such a mana dump, and I don't know. If anyone knows like the math or whatever, feel free to let me know. Okay, so here there's going to be Soul Blast. Yep, so Soul Blast is a really good opportunity to go ahead and Rapture. That was a pretty decent, I feel like I could have started that Rapture a couple seconds earlier. The Hunter didn't have a shield on him, I think, so got chunked a little bit, but everyone else was fine.
I feed on your essence. The harvest has come!
Good old execute range. Yeah, and it looks like I did not get a single Holy Nova into that fight, so that's some serious room for improvement. I didn't catch the timer, but I think I could have at least gotten a couple.
It is gone.
Maybe 3 or 4.
You aren't the ones who did this? I understand now.
Our mage puts out a fire whenever we wait for this door.
You must
Very
put a
wholesome.
stop to this.
And so for this one, I am trigger happy on the dispel on the tank, since I know that
Invaders have breached the passage to the crypts. Ilysanna,
this bite
you
or
must hold
whatever
them.
it is
We have
it's
much
pretty
to
gnarly.
lose.
So
Your father's life most
I don't
of all.
insta dispel just because once enough spiderlings get up there, stacks up pretty quick. So I wait for a bit to see if there's a couple stacks, then go ahead and dispel. PI the paladin for AoE. And off he goes to the races. And usually when it's just it's one big spider, the stacks, well, they don't ramp as intensely as the spiderlings, so I still do dispel, of course, but not necessarily as urgent, I think. But who knows, I could be wrong. So I also know for this next, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself, there's still have to kill the spider. But I know for this next room there's quite a bit of damage that can go out pretty, and it's pretty bursty. I think I'm mainly looking for, yeah, I'm mainly keeping an eye out for the, oh, what's it called? Some kind of like an arrow barrage. I think we'll see it. It was just stunned there, but that's the big sort of raid warning sound that I have on for that one, just because I want to make sure that I'm out of the way. Our group has been doing a good job of stunning them, which is great. Yeah, the risen archers, those can be pretty nasty if they overlap too. The barrages. Yeah, so here, another good time for Holy Nova. Haven't pushed it, I think, in quite some time.
Empower.
Pulling the scouts. I think here is where we want to be focusing
Empower.
on Knife Dance. Yeah. Arrow Barrage. So Arrow Barrage and I believe Knife Dance is in this pack as well. See if it comes up in 6 seconds. Yeah, Knife Dance, there it is. So I go ahead and Scream. Scream is my biggest friend as a healer with no kick. Another scout and a cat. I want to say the cat has some kind of a grievous situation going on, but for some reason my group units do not show it. I'm just noticing that now because the health is still ticking down, so need to go in and fix that on my unit frames. I recently swapped to Voodoo from LVY just because Voodoo has the option to sort of have that little countdown, the top bar at each of the unit frames for my atonements, which LVY does not currently. So I made the swap, but I think there's still a lot of room for improvement in terms of how it's set up. Now there's an arrow barrage there. I've been real trigger happy with the Desperate Prayer, which is good. That's very good. Good to press your defensives. The barrier down.
Empowered. Empowered.
Oop, oop. Ooh, yeah, that was my bad. Running back into the arrow barrage. Oof. Yeah, those get you. We'll be hearing a lot of raid warning sounds while we run back. There they are. Dang. Alright. Maybe I need to go in and adjust what specifically. I mean, like, the arrow barrage and knife dance are both, like, you have to stop both of them. Otherwise you just, like, eat it, you know? So, yeah, like, there's arrow barrage, there's another arrow barrage, there's a knife dance back there. It's just, maybe this pack is just wild times. I don't know. There's room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Holy. Yeah, this is just a hectic room. I mean, I think that I played it about as well as I could have, except for running back into the arrow barrage and dying. Or, I guess also pressing Holy Nova. Like, I really did not press that in this room at all. I also could have screamed. I think I've only screamed once. I think when in doubt in this room, I should just go ahead and slam a scream. Also very low on mana this run. Probably because I'm casting my Radiance so much. Well, I did that I don't know. I'm not sure. It's down to arrow barrage. Another arrow barrage coming up. There it is. Okay, there's a Holy Nova, very good. Yeah, I should really be using Scream. Alright, first boss here, I'll probably drink to half.
We will bury you here, fools.
Oh, we're full. Wow. Alright.
You cannot escape!
That was bold.
The hunt is eternal.
Yeah, that's another thing I need to update my unit frames to have is the big old dot. Ooh. Yeah, I think that was a case of the
You cannot escape!
mage being dotted and me not seeing it on them.
Hold them off! I will burn you alive!
This part I definitely struggle with, especially when the laser gets on me, which I feel like is pretty much every time. I think I get it 3 out of 4 times on this one, which is pretty nasty. I penance the hunter because I'm afraid for his life. Go ahead and rapture. I think because I'm not totally sure what to expect damage-wise in this phase. I think theoretically I did not need to rapture there, but I was probably like sick of people getting chunked. But I guess that's just the healer way this season. Okay, barrier the mage.
Escape.
Nice that it lasted for that as well.
You cannot escape! You cannot escape!
This poor mage. Oof. Yeah, like if you're just...
You cannot escape!
If you're even a little low, it's just insta-death. I mean, again, we're relatively lower eye level. Well, I'm
You cannot escape!
462, so I have no excuse, but other folks are closer to 450 here. This room I also struggle with, and I'm not sure how it could be improved. So right now we have both Barrier and Rapture on cooldown, so I think my greatest defense here is going to be Screaming once the...
Empowered.
Oh, what is their name? The Trickster, I think is what it is. Once the Tricksters start drinking their secret potion or whatever, that is when I'm going to go ahead and scream at them. Because it's not the ability after that that's, well, the ability after that is scary, but them drinking it in the first place is the thing that you want to stop. Yeah, got pulled in for drink ancient potion. I think I scream the next one. Okay, I was very late on that actually. That's not good. But I do have Rapture up, so let's see if I go ahead and use it. I'm also about to have Barrier up. This would be a very good time to use either of those. Ooh. Yeah, I think I was in panic mode here, not sure where to stand, not sure how to catch up, so yeah, that would be the number one way to improve this room going forward, is make sure to, once the scavengers have drank the secret infusion and done the crazy ability that, you know, makes them do one of their 3 moves, go ahead and just Rapture, or Barrier, or both. I mean, we're in this long enough. At this point, Rapture would have been back up. Oh no, I didn't have Rapture coming in. But I think by the end of this hallway, Rapture would be up again for the last pack. So maybe leading with Rapture as soon as it's off cooldown, then Barrier, then Rapture again. That's what I'll do. Drink Ancient Potion. My Scream's off cooldown for 13 seconds, so I will hope, well, I know because we're in chat, know that my party members will coordinate to stops. Sanguine is awful. Look at that guy spin. Look at him go. In the blood. Oof. Now looks like I could be... Okay, good. I did a Holy Nova there. So yeah, again, it's been 2 minutes, 45 seconds of this hallway. Have not yet Raptured or Barriered. That's going to be the number one way to improve this play here. See if I Rapture here. I think this would be a good opportunity, especially because we're about to run up a stairwell. Not a lot of damage going out, actually. I think, Yeah, in this case, maybe Rapture Barrier is not needed here. I think it just really gets scary if the Drink Ancient Potion move gets off, then it's not a good time for anyone involved. That was my bad for missing the scream on the first pack. Or second pack. Our hunter died. Unfortunate. Yeah, these rocks do not mess around. I hate the ones that go down the middle too. Those are just nasty. Alright, this is also a portion of the dungeon I struggle with immensely. The biggest thing is of course, the interrupt on Fell Frenzy? Yeah, Fell Frenzy. Biggest thing is the interrupt on Fell Frenzy, and then the other big thing, especially for Squishy Knee, is Sick Bats. So I make sure to have that very prominently displayed on my UI and my bigwigs. Can't paint sip myself. There have been too many times where I have just gotten destroyed by a little bat. So I think I might be a little too generous with the pain sips on sick bats. I just want to make sure that, you know, no one dies. It's my job. See another sick bat, so I'm making my way down the staircase. Here they come. I can also scream at them. I don't know why, but I tend to scream when the bats are targeting party members instead of me. I feel like that just helps with DPS uptime, and you know, the quicker things are dead, the faster we can move through and not have to deal with it anymore, and that's my #1 priority here. I think that we kind of waffled around staying here or going up to the boss room. And so I wasn't exactly sure. I wanted to put a barrier down here, but I wasn't sure if this would be the best place. So we are going ahead and moving up to the boss room. I think I go ahead and put a barrier down once we get up here. Yeah, pains up the hunter because I'm afraid for his life. Maybe I'm not too generous with pain subs. Maybe it's fine. Okay, I put a barrier down just as a little extra protection from the bats. And no one is standing in it, so, I mean, I think once you're out of the bat danger zone, you don't really need that. I think while we were debating whether or not we should go up to the boss room, I should have slammed the barrier down.
I will paint this keep with your blood.
Okay, so the biggest thing I want to be careful of is the
4, 3, 2,
I can't read that.
1.
Something stomp.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so earth shaking stomp. That was a little bit delayed. I think for the next one I will probably rapture to stay ahead of it. That's coming up in about 15 seconds.
Five, 4,
I'm going ahead and rapturing now.
2, 1.
Try to get shields out. Preferring DPS and myself, and then the tank. Looks like I actually didn't put a shield on the tank at all that time. I think I could have started that rapture a little earlier as well. So I will not have anything for the next earth-shaking stomp, so I will call for my
5,
team to use
4,
their defensives.
3, 2, 1.
Looks like the mage did. I will not have anything up for the next Earth-Shaking Stomp either.
5, 4, 3, 2,
The hunter used a
1.
defensive. Very good.
Empowered.
PI the hunter for single target. I will not have anything for the next Earth-Shaking Stomp either, so I'm topping everyone since that I've seen now a couple times that the Earth-Shaking Stomp does not
5,
one-shot.
4,
So as long as everyone is topped,
2,
that's going to be
1.
the best form of defense for this move. And a PS on the hunter because I'm afraid for their lives anyway. Even though it looks like they did still have Fortitude of the Bear and Turtle and Exile, so maybe that wasn't necessary. It probably would have been better suited on the Paladin who was a little low.
5,
Guard,
4,
hold them off. We must prepare.
Making sure to purge every new enemy. Mage called for a tactical repair bot. Good Holy Nova. Lots of close quarters in this dungeon, so really no excuse to not be using Holy Nova. Ooh, yeah. I stood in the swirly. That was my bad. We weren't sure if I released at the last boss or if it was the second boss, and so I waited for a res. But the mage lets us know here that it is actually a quick run back. You do spawn at the last boss, so if you all ever die there, well, now you know.
Kur'talos, they come for you.
We're gonna go ahead and run up all the way to the top of these stairs, being very careful of the raven dives.
Empowered. Empowered.
I PI'd the hunter. Maybe I should have PI'd the paladin for AoE. Yeah. Well, I don't know. This is just a game of who can run out of the circle the fastest. I'm not sure if you can stun out of Raven's Dive or scream at them. I think that that would be... I should have done a test scream here for science. I think I was just so preoccupied with needing to stay on the move so much that I didn't think about it. We have just under 5 minutes on the clock here, so let's
Fiends, you shall
mow
never
this
have
boss
our
down.
world. I shall cleave you in twain.
On my big wigs, I have
Run
a
away.
little ding sound for when the first glaive comes out. Well, all of the glaives, I guess, but I've only actually think I've seen one, or maybe two. I'm not sure. But I have that notification because for some reason it's just hard for me to see them. I don't know
Run
why.
away.
Oh, yeah, there's another glaive.
Enough! I tire of this. Ravencrest, you worthless husk. 10,000 years have not been
That
kind.
would have been another opportunity for a Holy Nova. Or
Now you
3, actually, at this point.
know what am
Empowered.
5,
I? My ancestors.
4, 3,
Ilysanna.
2,
Not sure
One.
why I didn't PI the
Heroes, you must
Mage?
defeat him.
You expect
5,
these work
Empower.
I was waiting for the hunter, I think.
souls
One.
of my
Yeah, I was waiting for the
ancestors,
hunter.
To me! Aid our champions!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are legion.
They're all running around the circle. Yeah, this I was scared for my life, but I thought I was gonna surely die. I did not. We're good. Okay, rapturing to get ready for the next Shadow Bolt volley.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, penanting into the mage because I
5,
needed to make sure they were
4,
topped for the Shadow Bolt
3,
volley, which still hasn't
2,
come.
1.
Sleep now.
I'm not really sure. Oh, there it is. Okay, so maybe my
5,
timers
4,
are off.
3, 2, 1.
No, maybe they're not off.
5,
Just cast a
4,
lot.
3, 2, 1.
I was wondering why I was having such a hard time keeping up. Yeah, the Hunter Turtle,
5,
I give him
4,
PS.
3, 2.
Good time for
1.
Radiance. Really good time for Radiance. I wonder if after he just gets to a certain amount of health, he just like
5,
keeps casting
4,
Shadow Bolt volley.
3, 2.
I should
1.
read the dungeon journal.
Comprehend that we
Alright,
will return.
and
I
that's
will
the key.
count on it. Whenever you come, we
Make sure
will
you
meet
keep healing your party
and we
after you
will
kill it because it
defend
keeps
our
ticking.
Rook. Thank you, heroes.
So yeah, overall,
Great veil has been lifted
15
from
deaths.
our
Again, I
eyes.
think that's pretty
We
high.
Ravencrests have sacrificed
But we
much
timed
and
it with
more in
about
defense
a
of this
minute and
land.
22 spare.
I
So
see now we may
I don't know if I would say that that's
rest,
a
safe in the knowledge
forgiving
that
timer,
heroes
but
still live
it
who
wasn't nothing.
defend our world.
There's the damage splash again that we went over at the beginning. So yeah, all in all, I think this went about as well as it could have. I think that the areas that I struggle with them because I'm not using my cooldowns at all. So that's a huge area for improvement, as well as increasing the Holy Nova casts, and yeah, good purge applications though. I think that that was pretty good. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more M+ reviews.